Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy M.K.S. I'm just checking that I'm live on Facebook as well as YouTube, as I nowadays I record on both at the same time. But anywho, hope you're well wherever you are. It's your boy M.K.S. of course with another video, and I suppose this video is inspired really by two things. I haven't really planned it out as well as I'd like, but which I probably should have done, but my brain's not working properly. I should have planned it, but this video is inspired by two things. One is like especially the war between Israel and Palestine, or I suppose wars generally really. I'm trying to be as neutral as possible and fair as possible and like respectful and that kind of thing of both innocent Israelis and Palestinians suffering through the war and things like that. And I suppose wars generally as well. It could be things like the Russia and Ukraine war and things like that. But it's also inspired by a second thing. I nearly forgot to say actually what the second thing was, which is someone posted on Facebook a while back, or a few people posted, I do not consent to Facebook or the government, I think it was, using my permission, using my details or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was. But I thought of having a pacifist or conscientious objecting or objector version. So I thought, what if I post a Facebook status, I do not consent to the government using my money for wars, and then I just expanded the idea. So basically I thought I'd make a video on it as well. So I thought I'd make a video on Facebook and YouTube as I do normally, so due to my punctuation as well. But I thought it's another way to get the word out there as well. So I thought, what if I could try to encourage and ultimately convince all possible pacifists, peace lovers, peace activists and whatnot, anyone who loves peace basically, to post on their Facebook or on any social media or possibly make videos like this. So I encourage people to make your own version of this, as either as posts or as videos as well. Well, I suppose they are kind of posts, but basically, sorry, I'll try and get to the point. I thought, what if I said I don't? You might say good luck with this, but I don't know what legal support we could get would be. Everything I'd like to do, I like to do legally if I can. Well, basically, I never like to break the law. I don't drink, honest, but it probably sounds like I do. But on seriously, I don't like to break the law, but so I want to do so legally. But look at what legal rights are. So I'd love to internationally ban forced conscription and things like that, and be able to give taxpayers more choices over where our tax money goes for things like this. So to ensure that we don't have to be forced to pay for wars or weapons trade or anything like that. So I say I don't consent to I don't consent to my own government, the British government, as a British citizen. I know I'm not that patriotic, but as a British citizen, I don't consent to my own government or any other government using any of my money, whether that's my tax money. I did say wealth or assets, not that I have any assets, but if I did, or if I ever came into such wealth and assets and money and whatnot, I do not consent of my own will for them to use anything of mine, really, any of my money, wealth, or again, if I had any assets or wealth or anything like that, towards weapons trade or military industrial complex or anything to do with wars or anything that would instigate war or be used to benefit wars or again the weapons trade or anything like that, and stroke or empires, any empire or empires. So I thought I'd try and put it out there and see if I can get other people who are peace lovers, peace activists and whatnot to see what you think of that idea. I thought I put the idea out there anyway and see what legal rights we can have to sort of ensure that. I suppose the third thing that it's based on as well is the BDS movement, boycott, divestment and sanctions or something. I can't remember what S stands for, but I suppose that's the third thing that it could be based on. So, but I think it'd be good if we could have more choices as to where our tax money goes, so we could choose not to pay towards things that benefit weapons trade, wars, empires or things like that, especially POC like myself. So I'd love to encourage my fellow POC, especially mixed race people. I'd love to encourage mixed race people not to join militaries, gangs, terrorism, anything or anything that involves violence, unless in self-defense or defense of the vulnerable, anything that involves taking up arms and fighting for a nation state or anything like that, any sort of state or anything like that, or group, unless I suppose it's a last resort. And or any, I also would like to discourage my fellow mixed race people from breaking laws as well. But also pacifists, conscientious objectors, and again peace lovers and whatnot, also supporting this sort of thing. So I'd love to see how many people will post this on their social media, if I can get anyone to post this, if I can start a movement of peace lovers coming together to sort of post this sort of thing on social media and make your own videos on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok and whatnot. I suppose the good thing about me recording both to Facebook and YouTube is if I do get censored, heaven forbid, from my point of view, I don't like to be censored. I don't like to censor anyone else either, really, unless they're really extreme, unless they're really violent, or unless they're neo-Nazis or Islamic extremists or whatnot. But if I did get like censored or whatever, at least I'd have a copy on Facebook or YouTube or whatever, or vice versa. So if I get censored on one, I have the information on the other. But I was thinking any money I have, I tried to explain this on Facebook, but I know I have a strange punctuation admittedly. But any money I ever got, my goals, my financial goals would be, and again, I know I've mentioned this before, probably because I'm very repetitive, if you've seen my other videos, but my financial goals would be to have enough money what I need to live on. So let's say if I could live on 40k a year or even less than that, let's say I would try and earn that much to live on, and the rest of the money, any money I had above that, and including in my will or anything that I own, I would love to donate to 5 causes, as I call them, which are whatever benefits a town football, including in blue notebooks and things like that, and blue ink, whatever benefits Celtic in green notebooks and green ink, whatever benefits libertarianism, and also former colonies, people from former colonies, and also anti-war and things like that, pacifist groups and whatnot. And also whatever, the 5th thing would be whatever tackles suffering, poverty and things like that, alleviates suffering and spreads peace, love, joy and hope and happiness. So I'd love to donate to those 5 causes. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up because it's probably gone on long enough, but I'd love to know what you think. And does this video inspire you to want to find out more, or ask questions, answer a call, make your own posts and videos, probably more coherent than me, which wouldn't be saying much. But I'd love to know what you think about bringing together a peace movement, especially my fellow mutts, as I call us. I was thinking of doing like a video on what I would love for my fellow mixed race people to stand for and work on. But hopefully next week, maybe. I was thinking of like, because it's the 13th next Monday, I thought I'd talk about my nightmare scenario, and then the week after, my dream scenario for my fellow mutts. So I thought I would make a video about peace lovers and things like that, and how we can perhaps look at ways to make peace. One idea I was thinking about is like, if there's a ceasefire in Israel and Palestine, it could be like, in return for releasing hostages, maybe there could be a ceasefire. But I suppose Israel would argue Hamas does not want peace. And I suppose if the international community, including Israel, said that we'll have a ceasefire as long as you release hostages and probably start to attack, then I suppose they could say that they could blame Hamas if Hamas refused or whatever. But yeah, I'd love to know what you think and any ideas you have for making peace. I think if we starve the beast, so to speak, starve the state and the weapons trade, the military-industrial complex. Again, I do not personally consent for any of my money, wealth, assets, or whatever. I know I don't have wealth or assets, but if I did, or if I ever do manage to get my life together and have those things, I do not personally consent, including in my will, for any of those things, for my money to go to anything other than what I need to live on and the 5 causes I talked about. Other than that, I do not consent for my money to go to the weapons trade, wars, the military and industrial complex itself, wars themselves, or anything that will benefit empire or empires. But yeah, I think I'll wrap up there. And as ever, I'd love to know what you think about my mad, incoherent ramblings. Again, I promise I don't drink, but I don't need to, do I? Because I'm mad enough. And anyway, I wish you peace and love, and I am out.